Deterrence against China demands action and will to fight. WHO warns about tainted Indian-made cold medicine. Germany spends big to win $11 billion TSMC chip plant. 1 million customers without power in 11 states in the US. Italy earmarks €2.9 million to tackle blue crab invasion. Brazil's central bank's digital currency, DREX, scheduled for 2024 launch. PayPal launches dollar-backed stablecoin. Belarus begins military drills near Poland and Lithuania.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is Wednesday, August 9th, and here are your top stories. Nikkei Asia reported the former Japanese Prime Minister Taro Aso addressed the Katagalan Forum in Taipei, emphasizing deterrence against China's Xi Jinping requires not just the ability, but also the will to act. He highlighted the importance of conveying both these elements to adversaries. He added, "It is not enough to spend money and just have defense capabilities. It is important to make clear to the opponent that we will use those capabilities for the defense of Taiwan, for the stability of Taiwan. That becomes a deterrent."
According to Nikkei Asia, Aso also remarked, "Never has there been a time when nations like Japan, Taiwan, and the US have needed such resolve." Since US Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan last year, China's aggressive actions towards Taiwan have intensified. Aso stressed the importance of not just investing in defense, but also showing the intent to use it for Taiwan's defense. Aso warned of an impending time of emergency and urged like-minded countries to unite.
The WHO organization issued a global alert about a cold medicine made in India and sold in Iraq that was contaminated with toxic chemicals. The WHO said Monday that a batch of cold-out syrup made last year is unsafe, and its use, especially in children, may result in serious injury or death. The contamination came to light when Bloomberg News purchased a sample of the syrup at a pharmacy in Baghdad in March and arranged a test by an independent Connecticut-based lab, Valisher LLC.
Bloomberg reported the test results to the WHO as well as to Iraqi and Indian authorities last month. It's the sixth warning the WHO has issued in the past year regarding syrup medications tainted with poisonous industrial solvents, and the fifth tied to an Indian manufacturer. Outbreaks tied to tainted syrup in Indonesia, Gambia, Uzbekistan, and Cameroon have killed about 300 children in the past year. The Cold Out product label identifies the manufacturer as Chennai-based 4 India Laboratories Private Limited.
Taiwanese chipmaker TSMC on Tuesday committed €3.5 billion to a factory in Germany, its first in Europe, grabbing the opportunity of huge state support for the $11 billion plant as the continent seeks to bring supply chains closer to home. The plant, which will be TSMC's third outside of its traditional manufacturing bases in Taiwan and China, is central to Berlin's ambition to foster the domestic semiconductor industry so that its car industry can remain globally competitive.
German officials said that Germany, which has been courting the world's largest contract chipmaker since 2021, will contribute up to €5 billion to the factory in Dresden, capital of the eastern state of Saxony. Saxony is heir to a tradition of precision craftsmanship. Germany's Bosch and Infineon and the Netherlands' NXP will each own 10% of the plant. TSMC said it would invest up to €3.499 billion into a subsidiary, European Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, ESMC, of which it will own 70%.
Thousands of flights have been canceled or delayed on Monday, and more than 1 million customers are without power across 11 states as severe storms target the U.S. East Coast. Cities seeing major impact at airports include Atlanta, New York, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and Boston. The Federal Aviation Administration said that thunderstorms are also expected to impact airports in Memphis, Dallas, Denver, Orlando, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami.
The US FAA issued multiple ground stops Monday night for several airports on the East Coast, including JFK, Newark, Philadelphia, Atlanta, and airports in the Washington, D.C. area. In Washington, D.C., federal employees, including at the White House and the Pentagon, were instructed to leave work early Monday afternoon due to the weather. The main threats Monday afternoon and evening are tornadoes and destructive winds. A tornado watch is stretching across 11 states including Tennessee, West Virginia, Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Italy's government has earmarked 2.9 million euro to tackle the spread of a particular aggressive crab species that is threatening the country's role as one of the world's top producers of clams. The blue crab, originating from the western Atlantic, has spread across several lagoon-like locations in Italy, preying on local shellfish, fish roe, and other aquatic life, to the detriment of the clam's aquafarm industry. Experts say it is unclear why they are multiplying with such speed or whether there could be a link to climate change.
Italy's Agriculture Minister Francesco Lollobrigida on Sunday visited the delta of the Po River Valley in northern Italy, one of the most affected areas, and said the government would approve the emergency funding at a meeting later on Monday. The 2.9 million euros will be given to fishing cooperatives and aqua farmers who are trying to launch a blue crab fishing campaign. Last week, the Fishermen's Cooperative of the Polesine said that as much as 12 metric tons of blue crabs were being caught every day.
Brazil's central bank announced on Monday that its forthcoming digital currency, set to launch next year, will be named Drex, aiming to use the currency to boost financial services. The Drex will use distributed ledger technology to settle wholesale interbank transactions, while retail access will be based on tokenized bank deposits. The coordinator of the initiative at the bank, Fabio Araujo, said the development of Drex is primarily aimed at improving access to financial services in the country.
Araujo stated, by enabling simple and reliable access to registered values through DLT technology, we reduce costs and democratize access to financial services. He also highlighted that Brazilians are already engaging in extensive digital payments through the instant payment platform Pix, which was launched in late 2021 and has been widely embraced. Now, the expectation is that Drex will bolster lending, investments, and insurance services.
Payment giant PayPal said on Monday that it has launched a US dollar stablecoin, becoming the first major financial technology firm to embrace digital currency for payments and transfers. PayPal's stablecoin, dubbed PayPal USD, is backed by US dollar deposit and short-term US treasuries and will be issued by Paxos Trust Co. The token can be redeemed for US dollars at any time and can also be used to buy and sell with other cryptocurrency PayPal offers on its platform, including Bitcoin.
Paxos posted on messaging platform X, formerly known as Twitter. PYUSD is the first of its kind, representing the next phase of US dollars on the blockchain. This is not just a milestone moment for Paxos and PayPal, but for the entire financial industry. Visa said in 2021 it will allow the use of cryptocurrency to settle transactions on its payment network. In 2019, Facebook's plans to launch a stablecoin, Libra, were foiled after regulators raised fears it would have upset global financial stability.
Belarus have begun military exercises near its border with Poland and Lithuania, as tensions heighten with the two NATO members over Russia-linked Wagner mercenaries who moved to Belarus after their short-lived mutiny in Russia. Both Poland and Lithuania have increased border securities since thousands of Wagner fighters arrived in Russia-allied Belarus under a deal that ended their armed rebellion in late June and allowed them and their leader, Yevgeny Prigozhin, to avoid criminal charges.
Well, there are several reasons.
The Belarusian Defense Ministry said the drills that began on Monday are based on experiences from the Special Military Operation, the term Russia uses for its war in Ukraine. It said that includes the use of drones as well as the close interaction of tank and motorized rifle units with units of other branches of the armed forces. The war games were taking place in the Grodno region of Belarus, near the so-called Suwalki Gap, a sparsely populated stretch of land running 96 kilometers along the Polish-Lithuanian border.
Now let's delve into the news of Italy earmarking 2.9 million euro to tackle blue crab invasion. Number 1, earmark, 指定某事的用途，预先安排，确定。The money had been earmarked for spending on new school buildings. Number 2, multiply, 成倍增加，迅速增加。All problems have multiplied since last year. Number 3, prey on, 捕食，猎获。The effect was to disrupt the food chain, starving many animals and those that preyed on them. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comments section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's it for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune into Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below now to join Funday for free. I'm Wade Lee, your host. I'll see you next time.
不好意思，
那边坐。这是你的麦克风。待会我们拍的时候呢，如果我没有喊卡的话，你就继续念，不要停。OK。没有喊卡就给我继续念下去哦。
好的。Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is December 13th, and here are your top stories.